Igala people they ruled all through the Niger. They left their mark in several places. And the way to know where the Igala kingdom had stretched is through their Egugu. Eguasha has two whips all the way from Eda, Bida, Onitsha, Illah, Oko, Osamale. Even in some places in Nsukka, they were able to keep the Benin kingdom at bay. They had several wars and they couldn't be conquered. Ndị Enuani ike ya enyi ọkpa anụ ndị kpụrụ enyi ụmụakwụ nọ nke onye eri ya weri o. Afa m bụ Chikwe Maduka, onye Illah ka m bụ. Asaga quarters in Agabaidu village in Illah. First of all, the socio-cultural structure of Illah is divided into two: Umueze na Umummo. Ndị Umummo ka a na-akpọ Azanoma. Umueze bụ Umueze. Now, in the Azanoma group, there are titles, just like you have titles in Umueze. Now, one of the highest titles in Azanoma, in fact, this title of Agabaidu is the third in rank in the whole of the Azanoma hierarchy. Its meaning is an Igala expression. Igala is in Kogi State. Translated literally, it means that creature that can grab a lion's kill from it and the lion will run. That is a literary translation. But what in our own direct, to make it sensible, is Odogwu Azanoma. I think that's about it. My own quarter, Asaga, si Idabia, and where Bundi with Egugu is the first Egugu Nela, one akbo Onoko. So this town, Amoron Kwakonya de Unu, we are from different places. We're like America. There are some people from Benin, some from across the Niger, Igbo, some from Kogi State. So that's how we are intermingled. Each has his own identity, but we all have a common culture because we did not start today. We started way back. First, those days, the only great trade was along the Niger, all the way to the coast, out to beyond Bida and all those places. But the Igala people they ruled all through the Niger. You will see their representation or their mark in virtually all the riverine areas. Because of their power those days, political power, they left their mark in several places. And the way to know where the Igala kingdom had stretched is through their Egugu Asha. Enuani has two whips all the way from Ada, Bida, the eastern areas, Onitsha, Illah, Oko, Osamale, all the way down, even in some places in Nsukka, they're there. So it is that, will I call it mercantile sagacity? It's not so much of muscle, but they had muscle as well, because they were able to keep the Benin Kingdom at bay. They had several wars and they couldn't be conquered. So that is the link between us and them. And it is because of that linkage that here in Illah we have what we call Egugu. Egugu is our masquerade. We don't call it masquerade. It's our ceremonial icon. It's not for anyhow. It's only for ceremony. It doesn't come out anyhow. So that is the relationship. And in this town, there are about 70% of this town is made up of that group. About 70% of this town is made up of people with Ida origin. Even though we all speak Igbo. Illah is a Republican town. Anyị nwere eze ofu ani. That is, we do not inherit paramount rulership. That's the first thing you'll understand, because of our Republican nature. Number two, once the first Obi had been crowned in Ida, he wasn't crowned in Illah or in Igbo land. He was crowned in the Atas Palace in Ida. And accompanied by that onok I told you about, to give it protection and carry out ceremonial activities that are related to royalty, as it was then in Ida. After him, others, of course, wanted also to be what he is, because he was now a very big man by all standards. So it was essentially a sign of the man who has hit the zenith in the social, cultural existence of Illah. Nobody was stopped. But there are some villages and quarters that cannot take the title of a bishop. So even though it appears liberal, but there are some quarters that cannot take that title. We are very independent. We don't go to them for anything, either permission or chalk or anything. We don't go to them. However, in 2005, there was a meeting of all Ida related groups, chaired by the then chairman of MPN or whatever they were at that time. everybody was represented from everywhere, even those abroad. Because the Ida something also can be seen in some countries. So they all came round. So once in a while, when the Ata Igala wants to do some certain things, like his coronation, they send out invitations to these, let's call them relatives. That's when we meet. We don't take orders from them. They don't take orders from us. They don't make rules for us. We don't make rules for them. But if I get to Igala and their Egugu is performing and I stand and I say, where are you from? I say, I'm Illah. That's it, no wahala. You're absorbed. A lot of people in this town, when I was growing up, spoke perfect Igala. When I was growing up. But you see, over time, it's kind of fizzling out. But back to the question of, do we take their names, or how is it that I'm Madoka? I'm not Igala. I don't even speak the language. Okay. Over time, even the Ezechimas, for example, none of them answers Benin names. They don't answer Benin name. They answer Igbo name because of the interaction over the years with Igbos. The same thing too with us in Illah, because this particular, the first Eze was crowned in Ada in 1650. That is not yesterday. And he was an Igbo man from Nteje. Okay? The mother, of course, is that relationship. The mother has some relationship in the Taz Palace in Igala. But that is, let us not go that deep. The important thing is that there is a sanguinal relationship between the first Obi and Igala. That's why he was able to be accepted and kept and trained. It didn't happen in one day. It happened in months, years, to train you to become a king. So that is how that is. Over time, we lost it. Ebu here, they all speak Igala, but they answer Igbo name. All right? It's only recently, just like the Ikweres and all those who did, that they started trying to convert their own Igbo names to Igala names. So that is how it is. It is just what long association does to both your culture, your style, your name, and all that. That's exactly what happened. Yes, Allah. Anya na-asị na anyị Igbo Igbo. Some strange reason, but the fact of the matter is, I'm speaking Igbo. I speak Igbo. You speak Igbo. We all speak Igbo. But anyị bịa na akwa ya sị na ya bụ anyị ọma. Anyị bụ nke, anyị bụ nke. In this town, anyị na-akpọ onwe anyị Igbo. Anyị sị anyị bụ Allah. Allah ka anyị bụ. Anyị abụrụ ndị Igbo. You get the irony of the whole thing. But we are all Igbos. Also, I know, Osoranyo, if anyị asụ bụ Igbo, afọ anyị na-aza bụ Igbo. But we all want to maintain our identities. Anyị na-achọ ka anyị nwee our own states. In fact, in the time of Zik, it started around that time. But what we didn't want was to carve East into us. We didn't want Onitsha to be part of us. We didn't want any part of the East to be part of this system. But as for, do we want a state of our own? Capital, yes.
Thank you for your time.
There's one more thing I'm almost escaping. Our relationship with Asaba. Asaba and Illah are brothers. We are older. We are senior brother to Asaba. Up to 1982, when we start our New Yam Festival, there's a day in that period when Asaba, the Asaba or his rep, will come to join us to do what we want to do, to show that relationship. Ofunne Asaba.
Voice of Enuani.